Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, today we've got something from Flysky, and I believe these are sent in from Sky, so I'll put a link in description below. But the dials on the back of the PL18 Ultra, these don't self-return, and they've now brought out an option of self-returning ones. So if you want one or both of these to self-return, you can now get both in one pack. So let's bring in for a close-up look and see what it's like to swap these. So this should be a pretty straightforward swap. We've got the self-returning ones, so let's get these out of the packet and see what we get. So we do get both dials. They're marked right and left, so it should be pretty easy to work out which one goes where. And these ones are self-returning. So if that's something you need on the RC that you're using, these will come in really handy. Suppose on tracked vehicles, if you're using them to control track, you might want self-return, but yeah, plenty of other things. They also come with some spare screws. So first off, we're going to need a 2.5mm driver, and if you watched any of my other videos on this, you know I only put one screw in the back of this. I don't place all the screws back in, basically just because you can get to the battery and everything under there. So let's just disconnect that just to be safe, and we'll switch it over on the back, and we just need to pop the rubber grips off. Then we've got the 4 retaining screws, and it's pretty easy transmitter to take apart this. I think I've done it a number of times now for the switches and for showing you easy how I adjusted the gimbals and everything. So once we get the 4 or 1 screw out the bottom, depends how many you put in, there's just 4 screws all the way around the sides on this. So we then have the 4 screws that back onto the actual screen, and for these you'll be wanting a 1.5mm hex driver, and they're all really easy to get to, nothing difficult in any way so far. So we don't want to lose any of your screws, and then you just need to peel back the actual grip on either side, and you can probably get away with not taking this all the way off. Should just have to release the bottom of it. And it's basically just so we can get this part off. If you just try and pry it apart from the bottom of the transmitter once the screws are out, it all comes apart pretty easy, and we're not risking damaging any wires or anything because they're on these nice connectors. So basically we're looking at these two. Now what I would do before you start working on this is release the ribbon cables. Because you definitely don't want to be snapping them. So we've just got that one there and that one there. And if you just release both them, then carefully remove the ribbon cable and just make a note of which way round your connectors are facing. So they should face out on both of those. So if you just get the ribbon cables so they just that way, this one's twisted and that one straight through. So if we start with this side, we do have just 2 screws. Now they do provide some more screws, but they're exactly the same as ones we're taking out. I'm not sure if they do like a PL18 light, ultra light that doesn't come with these, but you're going to match this up with the one you're removing. So that's his right one, that's his left one. And as you see, the stock ones don't self-return, these will self-return. So if we just release the clip for the ribbon cable, make your life a little bit easier. We'll get this into position. I'll try and get this on camera, but they're a little bit fiddly from this angle what I'm looking at it. basically you just want to really carefully pop that back into position. The gold fingers on it want to face the outside. Then we can move across to our right hand one. Always kind of throws me when we're working on these upside down and back to front. Sometimes when you take the back off, you put it back down and then it's right way around, but I'm sat off at an angle to this. But that one is the right one. You can see doesn't self-return, and then they've redesigned it to be fully self-returning. Again, if you just release the cable clip, just makes your job a little bit easier when you're refitting this. And I must admit, I do like it when Flysky make things like this available. I like the fact that these are on ribbon cables and not soldered in cables. I have seen some transmitters where to change out dials and switches is a nightmare just because they solder everything in. So once you get that back into position, you just need to slide it in till the gold fingers are hidden again. And then just make sure the clip is all the way down. Just double check both. Make sure the gold fingers all the way in and facing out. And your clip is fully closed. So we do have a part number on this of FS BL03 self-resetting dial wheel. In case you want to look this part up and you don't want to use one of my links. Keep them safe and our spare screws safe. Keep them all together and then we know where they are in future. If we ever want to swap this back for whatever reason, we can flip the transmitter around, drop this back on. If you want to try it first, you can drop your battery in and we'll just reconnect it. So if you want to power up before you put all screws back in, just to make sure everything's good. Yeah, let's put those switches. Yeah. I will remember which is which. So if we go into it as menu, assignment, go to auxiliary 3. Does it detect them? Yep, it detects it. So we've got that on auxiliary 3. If we come out and we go on 4 and we just move it. So where have I put channel monitor on this? Is it that one? Nope, up here. So yeah, we got one moving 100. Yep, so quite a successful mod. So now we can clip our little rubber grips back in. If we flip it over, just got to remember to put all our screws back. So you've quickly got one in each corner, and these are the ones that go under the grip. And I really do appreciate it when Flysky and other companies go out the way to give us options. It's not one size fits all, and I love the fact that when they make these high-end transmitters, they do make them as configurable as possible. There's an awful lot of stuff you can do with hardware, but sometimes you just need a physical alteration, and it does make them more accessible to a lot more users and a lot more useful for a lot of different applications. And with these screws, just make sure when you're putting them in, they are only tiny screws and they are into plastic with tiny threads, so don't go crazy over tightening these. I would love Flysky to make a more ground focused, like race stick transmitter. I would love to see that. I know a lot of guys following the channel are always asking, are they going to bring out a configurable stick transmitter? Basically just like the MB4 Pro but with sticks. I'm sure lots and lots of people would like it. rather than the 4-way on each one of these. They just want throttle and left and right. I get it. I have mentioned it to Flysky myself over and over, but they just don't see the market for it. And I know in Europe there seems to be people wanting stick transmitters, but it seems like most of the rest of the world, nobody's really interested in stick transmitters for racing, or that's the reasoning I keep getting told. But Flysky, if you're watching, please make a transmitter like this that literally just goes forward, back, left and right, and these can be angled, and then just put the MB4 Pro firmware on it. Give us all the options for ground dual rate and everything. I'm sure it wouldn't be that difficult to make, and I'm sure it'd be an extremely popular transmitter in definitely UK and Europe. But that is this one, fully upgraded with these self-returning dials. And there we go. Fully self-returning, and yeah, quite an easy mod. Just be careful with the little ribbon cables. Make sure you push your clip back in, and make sure the gold fingers are facing out away from the clip itself, and you should be good to go. No configuration necessary. If you really wanted to, you could run calibration. After doing a mod on anything variable, it's always usually a good option. So you can go to stick calibration. So you just need to make sure they are calibrated. Calibration successful, and then all those dials work 100% each direction. So yeah, do love the menu and everything on this. I'm not a big flight guy. I've had helicopters, I had a couple of helicopters and a few little planes, but yeah, I prefer my ground RCs. But it is a cracking transmitter. The battery seems to last absolutely ages on it. Especially when I've been going through doing these videos. I think I've only had to charge battery once. But yeah, lovely transmitter. Nice to have more options. Last video we did the upgrades or modifications to these. So we've got self-returning and switch on both of them. And now we've got self-returning dials on back. So yeah, nice easy mod. But let's wrap this one up. So there you have it, the self-returning dials for the PL18 Ultra, and as I say, we've got the weird little sort of momentary and switches modded as well. But yeah, nice easy mod, nice to have options. But thanks again for watching WTF Rc Cars. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share to friends and family, and catch you guys again in the next one.